Hey guys, it's Fred and Sheila. We've been so tied up on this Buford Pusser case and with Winter's disappearance that we haven't covered a lot of other topics here lately. And we're late. We're behind on this one. Most of you may have seen it, and if you have, that's fine. Sheila's still under the weather, so
yeah, I'm fighting it, but I don't know how well I'm winning.
So that's why I'm doing. Not that I wouldn't be doing the talking anyway. Whether she's sick or not, I'd probably. But we're going to play you a little bit of Sheriff Stines here, his daughter. She recently made a video.
It's the sheriff. A little over a year ago, a lot of people's lives changed forever, including mine.
That's Llaya Stein. Her father is Mickey Stines, the sheriff.
Now that's the first video that she made on Snapchat or X or something. Yeah, that's the sheriff's daughter. Now she looks different here. She's cut her hair, and she's turned 18 years old. Remember when this happened? She was only 17 years old, correct?
16 or 17, however long it's been, I've lost.
Sure. So now she's 18 years old, and she made a video, and she's talking to people about how it affected her life and how she's coming down on social media and different people for covering her dad's story. And we feel for her. This is a young person. She's a young adult now.
She's going through a lot, though.
Yeah.
She's had to go through a lot that, it's rough on a child that age and at no fault of her own.
Yeah. That way. I'm going to play the second half here. And
to the people doing that, my name is Llaya Stein. I am 18 years old, and I am from Letcher County, Kentucky. Most of you may know me, and the others may recognize my last name. On September 19th, a little over a year ago, a lot of people's lives changed forever, including mine. I'm not going to go into detail. I will not be talking about it. But I just have one question. Do you all not have anything better to do than to sit and gossip? You are taking my pain and making it your pleasure. You're taking our stories and turning them into big entertainment pieces.
And again, we take up for her. We're not in no way. We feel sorry and we feel her pain, but it wasn't us or anybody out there that caused her to be in the news or her family to be in the news. I think she's overlooking the fact that it was her father's actions. It was nobody but her father that made news that day by shooting an unarmed man while he was in his office, unarmed. That's definitely newsworthy, no matter who you are or no matter who somebody's kin to or related to. She may be reaping the
effects
of the backlash of the media and social media and YouTubers and everybody else, but it's all through the actions of her father that brought this on. We can blame anybody we want, but the bottom line, it comes down to her dad, Sheriff Stines.
Jokes, and for that matter, you're making it your income. Since when did that become okay?
Well, it's called news, and nobody's joking, not at least on mine and Sheila's channel. We've never joked. This is a very serious matter, and I wouldn't know why anybody would joke about it. It's very serious. A family lost, somebody else lost a father, a husband, a brother, an uncle, and so forth. Not only did Llaya here, she's lost her father to incarceration. As of right now, he's still incarcerated and has been since the day that he shot an unarmed man in his office, chased him around on the floor like he was a dog, a rabid dog, and de-lifed him.
So my advice to the people doing that: get a job, do something meaningful with your life, and contribute to society. My name.
Well, we can't get jobs. We're both retired. We've worked for 50 years of our lives. So we do feel her pain, and we do not in no way want to criticize or sound like we're coming down on her. We're not. We know the young lady has gone through more than most adults ever go through. Go ahead, babe. If you...
No, I feel sorry for her. You can see the pain
Oh,
that she's
yeah.
going through.
We both feel
And
sorry
I hate
for
it
her.
so much for her.
But by insulting or blaming other people, I don't think is correct on her part. And again, she's a child. You can't. Right now, she's still growing. She's still maturing. But she's blaming the wrong people. I think I would be pointing my finger at my father, a police officer, a career law enforcement officer that knew how to get a hold of the FBI, get a hold of state police, get a hold of somebody else, or just throw the judge in handcuffs himself. We still, to this day, don't know why he shot the judge. What is the secret here? What is the big secret that nobody, it's been over a year now, we know that because on September the 18th of last year, 2024, Sheila and I, that's the day that we found Joseph Couch in the Daniel Boone National Forest after being out there for 6 straight days.
Yep.
That's the day that we found Joseph, and the very next day, the headlines was that a sheriff shot the judge. So that was the 2 big headlines in the news for that week. And there's one more here where she comes back on later on, and she does.
Get a job.
Make sure that's.
My name is.
Make sure that's paused. Oh, maybe it will be.
It will be, I think. When she
Did not think it would go anywhere. I thought, people from home's going to see it, maybe a couple others, and that'll be that. So the first thing I want to say is I had good intentions with that video. A lot of you were asking what stories, what do you mean by gossip? And what I mean by that is the stories that were made up about me and the other party. And that is where the gossip comes in at. I wasn't actually talking about the situation. And
Sheila and I, from the beginning, we nipped that in the bud, as Barney Five would say. Because in the beginning, when they held their preliminary hearing, I think that could have been cleared up a lot more by the detective on the stand. But he made mention, when questioned about the phone, was he dialing his daughter? And he said yes. He didn't want, it was like pulling teeth. I know sometimes police officers don't want to divulge information and wait and hold it for a trial, but by not, it just enforced people's already thinking that maybe there was something going on there. It just encouraged more rumors. Like Sheila says, lack of information leads to speculation. And that's what happened there. I think the detective could have cleared this up on the stand that day, and that would have nipped it in the bud. Now, later on, the Bartleys, I think it was Carrie Bartley, Jeremy's wife, that actually come out and said, we can tell you for a fact it had nothing to do with the judge and the sheriff's daughter. They said that pretty early on.
Mm-hmm.
However, there was a lot of people, including YouTubers, that went on and because that made for a good story. I can feel Lila's pain because it did make for clickbait for YouTubers and people to use that wanted to go in that route. But once Jeremy and Carrie come out and said in a news conference with somebody interview that they could confirm that it had nothing to do with the sheriff's daughter and the judge, Sheila and I didn't cover that no more. We debunked that. Every time it was mentioned, we would say, that's not what the attorneys say. That's not what and now finally, a year later, it's finally come out for a fact again, and now people starting to realize that it was the truth. Nobody still knows for certain why the sheriff went into the judge's office and why he's smoking a cigarette unarmed, that the sheriff would pull his revolver or semi and de-life the judge. We don't know that still to this day. Maybe it will come out in trial. Sheila and I have said from the beginning that this case will never go to trial because there's something nefarious to it. There's something here that these prosecutors and these defense attorneys, they don't want nobody to know. It will never be divulged, I don't believe. I believe they will plead it out. They'll come up with some kind of a plea agreement so they never have to take the stand, or the truth will never be completely known. It will always go down as rumors. But we'll see. Hopefully we're wrong. Let's let her finish.
What actually happened itself, I was more leaning towards the rumors that had been spread about me. I am aware of how serious this is and how much of a big deal it is. I was not talking about news or social media. I was simply talking about the people who sit at home behind a keyboard all day and say terrible things about my name. That's who I was talking about. At the end of the day, I'm just human. I'm just trying to learn how to process and cope with it all. I do want to add one more thing. A lot of you were saying, girl, this happened a year ago. Like, why are you still going on about it? To you, it happened a year ago. For me, when I wake up, it's the first thing I see on my phone. It's the last thing I see when I lay down. And I'm not looking for it. It's just right in my face. I have to...
We feel your pain.
Bless her heart.
Yeah. We feel your pain. A year, this is not going to end in a year or 2 years or 5 years for her. This young lady's going to live this her entire life.
Yep.
There's never going to be a day that doesn't go by she doesn't recall what she's lived through that day, especially, and then on even up to now. And it's not even gone to trial. It's not even gone to court. Her dad's not even been sentenced. Well, he's not even been found guilty. First thing, let's get that. But he's guilty in public opinion because there's a video out there that proves that. Now, if there's an excuse out there that he thinks that a jury will buy and set him free, I've still got to hear it because I know what I saw. And as a police officer, I can't condone what we saw him do. Otherwise, we're living in the old West days and we might as well throw law enforcement out the window. I've got my complaints with law enforcement these days and how police officers are acting and prosecutors and different people, but still yet, we have to have them. We have to have law and order or we'd be in a mess. Sheila, what you got, baby?
I just feel sorry for her and her family. Bless her little heart. I wish her well, and I don't know, I pray for her.
Yeah, prayers for her and her mother and her family. You can't blame a child, or
No.
you can't blame a child for what a parent does, and you can't blame a parent for what a child does.
Exactly.
As people grow up, everybody takes their own path and chooses their own direction in life. And no doubt, Sheriff Stines made a grave mistake that day that cost a man his life. Whether the man was doing anything wrong or not, we just can't take the law into our own hands. Guys, we've been wanting to do a video on this because we felt sorry for this young lady.
Yeah.
And you can see that she's sincere about her pain.
Her pain, yeah, you can see that.
Of course.
So,
And we wish her the best. And we
Yeah.
don't want to say anything or do anything because we're YouTubers ourselves.
yeah.
We're not big YouTubers. We're not like the people I think she's talking about, the ones that's got hundreds of thousands of subscribers and viewers and all this and that. That's not us. But we do carry some of the news, especially news that people want to see that's
Right.
interesting, whether they watch it on the local news or they watch it on a YouTube channel. And other than that,
Yeah.
you're up.
All right, guys. Thanks.
Sheila's got the
Maybe
flu.
I'm not up.
Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.